How you doing? Happy Pride Month, everybody. Wait for a few more people to get in here. Sherry, hello. How are we? Hello. How are we? How are we? Okay. Um, did that reset yet? No, that has not reset yet. Okay. Happy Pride, happy Tuesday, aloha, what's shaking? All of me walking up a flight of stairs. Hello, Alberta, Canada. Just came in to see Tom slapping himself, so looks like I'm staying for a while. I couldn't get the fucking word out of my face hole, so I had to reboot the system. Like, kind of like getting an old TV to work from the 80s, you know what I mean? Fucker would just kind of go on the blitz, and then you'd have to walk up and just give it an attitude adjuster. Good evening to you, Kimberly. Welcome to not only this live, but Pride Month. Also, the month in which bigots lose their ever-loving shit and people in Magaland pretend to give a fuck about the military. Hi, Tom. I'm working on it, Ben. I'm working on it. How you doing, brother? Chris, Annette. Trump invented taconomics, and what would that be? Mr. Rodell. Alicia. Aloha. Oh, got an itch. My psoriasis is coming back. Happy Taco Tuesday. Yes, like 3 months away from a cruise. Is that a blunt? No, it is a joint. No blunts here. Blunts contain tobacco and weed. This is a joint. You're pressure washing your house while listening to me. You know, I mean, being able to multitask is important. And I'm glad that I made it into the rotation. They're having the day they voted for. Indeed. You're taking a Donald and wiping your Trump. I don't know if I want to be naming body parts after the man. It seems kind of. But I understand what you're saying. I truly do. What am I smoking? A ganja. Herb. The Maui Wowie, the Sticky Icky, the Illy, jazz cabbage, broccoli wand, the devil's lettuce, the Lord's lettuce, grass, pot, Mary Jane, 420, marijuana. Well, welcome in, George. We got a little bit of a dysfunctional family here, but there's always room for another one. The giggle bush, cannabis, yeah, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was weed. I need just regular weed. We are a 420 friendly experience here. Smoke time with Tom Sweet. We just had our first dispensary Opened up in Minnesota last week. That reminded me about something. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. My bad. My bad. My bad. I need to take care of something really quick. Come on. Click approve. Okay, sorry. Needed to take care of that. Forgot about something before I went live. My bad. Where are we at here? Hey, Tom, love your content as always. Thank you very much. Thank you. Puff, puff, pass, man, you're messing up the rotation. I'm not in your rotation because we ain't in the same motherfucking room. And if you're high enough to think that you're part of a rotation with me right now, then you might want to take a fucking break, brother. Because, goddamn, you know what I'm talking about? Damn. Like, are you trying to pass the joint through your phone? We started with Reaganomics, then we had Bidenomics, now we have Taconomics. I wish it was legal in Indiana. I wish it was legal federally. Tom, Jesus Christ loves you. You tell that chap I said thank you. Can I go on your cruise with you, Tom? No, that side of the bed is reserved for my Wi-Fi. Hope you're all well. Never been here for one of your live runs, but following for a while. Glad to be here and support my neighbor. You're from Michigan. Right on. Another legalized state. Another part of the Midwest. Taconomics is running. Taconomics. The taco shit's getting to be a life of its own. Just got my green beans delivered in 25. Sorry, just had a little scroll across the top. 25 minutes. It's modern technology. It's wonderful. Yep, I'm at my guy's house in a matter of minutes. Anyway, as the title suggests, Happy Pride Month. If you celebrate Pride, have at it. If you don't, that's cool too. Just don't be a douche about it. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? One taco gets impeached and removed. We can call him Nacho President. Okay, I haven't partaken in the whole taco thing yet because I don't want Trump soiling the greatest food ever. So, but you guys call him whatever you want to call him. Is it now Trump always chickens out Tuesdays? No, it is not. Laura, thank you. You know, I've never watched a single episode of Sons of Anarchy, so I have no frame of reference as to what it is you just said to me. Pride Month number 35 for you. Right on. Starry. No, they don't pay me. Wait a minute. We have 2 days in the whole year devoted to Jesus and a whole month devoted to Pride. Okay. Who gives a shit? Seriously, who gives a shit? You have the single biggest fucking holiday of the year is dedicated to Jesus in the eyes of the majority of people. Who fucking cares? You want a month? Then take a month and celebrate Jesus. Change the name of the ship because he's what? Oh yes, Pete Hegseth ordered a name change on a vessel today. There was a ship named after former gay rights activist Harvey Milk, one of the first openly gay people to be elected to office. And Harvey Milk at one point in time had served 4 years in the Navy, and so there was a ship named after him. And at the beginning of Pride Month, Pete Hegseth said, strip that name out of there. We are all going to meet the Grim Reaper. Yep. Well, you can believe in God and have a soul then. I don't believe in God. Pete is drunk. Well, I mean, Pete's awake, so he's drunk. Yes, they stripped out of the records anything having to do with the Enola Gay. And if you don't know what the Enola Gay is and why it's fucking stupid to strip away any mention of it in military records, military history, just go Google it. It just goes to show you that they have absolutely no fucking clue what they're doing. Yeah, Trump reposted an article that said that Joe Biden had been assassinated in 2020, and the person that we're seeing is not really Joe Biden. And that's a level of insanity that warrants the 25th Amendment being used on him. Baron of Doom, no, but that's a good one. I love all your videos, but I have to disagree with the sock shoe method. Listen, everybody has their own way of doing things. You have your way of putting on shoes and socks, and I have the correct way of putting on shoes and socks. Do you think Trump is a good guy? No, I don't. Yep, they just used a search function. If it had the word gay in it, they did away with it. Sock, shoe, that's the way it goes. You sit down and you put your left leg up over your right knee. Okay? You put your sock on. Why would you then want to put the left leg down, then take your right leg and put it up and put its sock down, then take that right leg and put it down, put the left leg back up, put the shoe on it, put it back down, put the right leg back up, put the shoe on it, and then put that back down? Why the fuck would you ever want to do that? Unless you don't ever have a shoe on in the house. Now, we don't wear shoes to... Listen, lady, pipe down. We will wear our shoes to my office in some instances because everybody's shoes get stored in here, so we don't necessarily wear shoes around the fucking house. But my God, your foot is up. Just fucking finish the job. I just wear sandals. Well, I mean, it is that time of year, so. She is in her office working on doing descriptions and thumbnails for YouTube videos that are going to be scheduled out over the next couple of days and listening to us chat. Yes, All in the Family did address the sock shoe issue. Yes, slip-ons. These are key. They're easy to clean. They're pretty comfortable. Just, rolling up to Jamaica in them motherfuckers. Well, probably not anymore because walking through the airport gets to be a bit much. But then once you're at the resort, there's a lot of wearing of those. Love your channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You wear sandals year round? I used to. Book Nerd, how you doing? Trump equals the capo of cringe. Trump equals bucket of shit. Just boil it down. Did All in the Family address how to hang toilet paper? Because there is a proper way to do that too, and it's over, not under. No one needs to be subjected to your ugly feet. Love your channel. Hello from Newport, Rhode Island. Hello. Cornbread or biscuits? What are we having it with? Give me something that it's going to go with. First time catching the live. Thank you very much. Love your work. Thank you very much. It's over. It's always over. The patent for fucking toilet paper shows it over. Trump's an old dried out Cheeto you find under the couch cushion. Jesus Christ, man. Regarding the tariff, I believe corporations going sticking oxycodone orator. What? What do we got up here? Very first flush of a toilet scene, yes. Yes, corporations did take advantage of the COVID situation to raise prices and then keep those prices artificially elevated. and with the tariffs going on and off and on and off and on and off, and them already starting to raise the prices, some of that feels artificial as well. Do you think we should at least reform the electoral to use a proportional voting system like in Maine and Nebraska and include rated/ranked voting for a better representation of the people? I think we should do away with the electoral college completely and go to a one-person, one-vote system. How do you win the presidency? 50+1, the same way you win governor's mansions, the same way you win a Senate seat, the same way you win a seat in the House of Representatives, the same way you win your local mayoral race or your local park district race or school board race or your state senator. Every single election that we have in this country, every single election we have in this country, with the exception of President of the United States, is won by 50+1. And when it comes to the President of the United States, we continue to use an antiquated system that was designed to give more weight to slave states, where there were more people enslaved than there were actual citizens. The northern states had more people, the southern states had less. We had this fucked up antiquated system, and it needs to go. 50+1, like every other fucking. If you're picking school board president, it's 50+1. But the way our system it works, the people who live in North Dakota, their votes count for much more within the system than the people who live in California. The people in Idaho, their vote counts for a lot more than the people in New York. No, judges should not be elected, in my opinion. But they need to adhere to much stricter ethics regulations that need to have some teeth and some enforcement. Richard, right on, man. Cornbread, beans, and fried potatoes. That all, no offense, that all sounds like sides to me. Cornbread is a side. Hang on, let me go back up here. Where the fuck did it go? Cornbread, beans, and fried potato. Those are all side dishes. Emanon, thank you very much for the $5 donation. I appreciate that. All of those tips / gifts / donations are incredibly appreciated. We do make 100% of our income here on YouTube now. You guys watch the videos. That pay for free. That pays us because of those ads that are in those videos. So we thank you. We truly do. Our livelihood is dependent on you guys consuming the content, and every bit of those little donations help. Excuse me, but damn, sorry, get you every time. Should members of the executive branch be elected? They are. Gen Z is very involved in politics, yes. So are millennials. Meatloaf. He was responding to meatloaf. Gotcha. Okay. For me, what goes with meatloaf? Mashed potatoes. And I'm good. meatloaf and mashed potatoes. I don't need anything else. 7 a.m. today. Insomnia. Videos always help my mood, whether laugh, cry, educate. Thank you so much. No problem. No problem. I will continue to, as long as I can continue to support my family financially from doing it, I will continue to give you new videos here on YouTube every day between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. This is if you guys go look at every day of my YouTube video posting, what you are going to find is a pattern. At 9 a.m., I release all of my on this day videos from TikTok. There could be 3, there could be 18, there could be 0. At 9 a.m., I release them, and then I have a video gets released at 10:30 a.m. A video gets released at 11:30 a.m. At noon, if I have a handful of shorts ready to be released, I'll release a batch of shorts then. So a batch at 9 a.m., video, batch at noon, and then another video at 1:30, and then it goes 2, 2:30, 3, 3:30, 4, 4:35, 5:30, 6, 6:37. Every day. Thank you, Lori Parks. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Boo. Do I like red beet eggs? I don't know what red beet eggs are. I don't like beets. So if that's the beet part of it, then I probably am going to say no. Do you think people who bake tips will get less tips if they don't have to pay tax on them? I don't know. Drago, thank you very much for the $5 donation. Sincerely appreciate it. I don't know. We're not going to change the way we tip because the way the government does or does not tax their tips. I mean, we're not going to change the way we tip. So we never looked at it and said, we're going to give, for example, 20% on this restaurant bill, and we're giving 20% because she's got to pay taxes on the tips. Otherwise, we would have given her 12%. That's not, we just, I don't think we've ever looked at it that way. So, no, we're not going to look at it and say, well, since you don't have to pay taxes on it, I don't have to give you as much. No. Because at the end of the day, do you think they were really paying taxes on all of those fucking cash tips to begin with? I mean, what they don't know is about, they can't taxes. As a late Gen Xer, I have to say I miss the whole era of 80s music. Fucking men. I've explained to younger coworkers that the 80s power ballads were something unique to that era. Not only the power ballads, the 80s as a whole. Listen, this is what you got out of the 80s. In the 80s, you still had the classic rock bands kicking ass, right? Everybody coming out of the 60s and 70s that were still, had staying power, were still kicking ass in the 80s. Then you had the introduction of hair metal, and then you had heavy metal, like the true heavy metal scene explodes. Then you had rap and hip hop explode with the regular pop music sprinkled in there as well. And of course, you have things like jazz and blues and new shit like that. And an era of jam band music for festivals that popped up in the late 80s, which fed into the early and mid 90s. The overall decade for music is phenomenal. Ham and beans is what I mean with cornbread and fried potatoes, is what I mean. Gotcha. Yeah, that's a very southern dish for me. I like baked beans. Ham's okay. Um, can we do pulled pork instead? My understanding is that the no tax is for cash only and the tip is on a credit card, it's still taxed. That is also my understanding of it. And There are other thresholds that have to be met before you won't be taxed on your tips. You need a mullet to sing power ballads, then it's a good goddamn thing. I'm not going to get in the business of singing power ballads because I'm not growing one of them motherfuckers. Democratic Party is hanging on by a thread. Well, you better hope it really survives because it's the only thing stopping the Republicans from winning everything ever. Donald Trump got the mandate from who? His slim victory is a mandate. If what he won in 2024 was a mandate, then Joe Biden had a true mandate. Larger win. Obama definitely had mandates then. Donald Trump didn't have a mandate. Donald Trump can't even get his own party on board with everything. He was on Truth Social today, I believe it was, ripping Rand Paul apart in multiple tweets or posts, whatever the fuck they're called, truths. What's up, UK? All this food talk is making me hungry, and I already had dinner, lol, grilled burgers today, and then some homemade macaroni salad. There's always room for a snack. Are you Iron Man? No. Musk just ripped him today. They're called false. If the big beautiful bill passes, then Trump can delay elections, and that is scary. The big beautiful bill is going to have a hard time in the Senate right now. Did Donald have a mandate to dedicate on the Constitution? What is love? Bomb-ass tacos, sweet sticky dank, and sloppy head. Emmanuel, thank you very much for the tip, the donation. People don't understand that states' money, Medicare for... Yes. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to have some cutbacks in the near future. Mr. Sanchez, thank you very much. Harris did not win the popular vote. No, those numbers are incorrect. Oh, did Donald Trump have a mandate to shit on the Constitution? No, but he doesn't give a fuck about the Constitution. Nor do the people that voted for him who claim that they give a fuck about the Constitution. They don't care. They say they care, but they don't care. If they cared, they would care what's going on. Conley's in here. Hello. Hello from Jamaica. Whereabouts in Jamaica are you? Thank you, No Cape. I just smoke. Renee takes edibles. Edibles don't really work on me. Wow, very nice, good-looking girl, but cut the beard though, honey. Is it easy to try and rip on people's looks while hiding behind anonymity? You fucking coward. Montego Bay, that's where we fly into. What's my favorite band? AC/DC. Yeah, one of the many injunctions that were filed against him were about the tariffs, but I can't remember if an appellate court reinstated that until it makes its way through the judiciary. I'd have to go back. I can't remember. Thank you, Michael Jones. You're coming to Chicago for a day or two in July, but you want to go to some place that's not too trendy. So what do you want to What do you want to do? Do you want to sightsee? Do you want to eat? Do you want to physically do something? How are the animals? They're doing good. What is this? Love your short videos. I do appreciate the love of the short videos. Oddly enough, the long videos are much more successful for me, but I do appreciate the love the shorts get. How did you get into political streaming? I was talking about politics on Facebook and Twitter for years, and then got suspended from both in the same day, and then started a TikTok account. and then kind of sat on that for about a month watching, and then started making content, visual content, video content, shortly after January 6th. What's your opinion on Wide Orbit, the radio broadcast software used to play music in commercials? No fucking clue what it is. That guitar, I have no idea who ever played that guitar behind me. Air Force One is now Panda Express. How many shows? We saw that you prefer Bond, but Brian material. Whenever I open a video, I can tell by the look of your face. It's a good one. I like Bond as well. The AC/DC that I grew up with, however, is that AC/DC right there. That's the AC/DC of my youth. Bon Scott's material is all time classic. All like unbelievably good music with Bon Scott. But this is the AC/DC I grew up knowing. The far left and the far right both have problems, but the libertarians, they have bigger issues of their own. Right on, man. Grateful Dead shirts. When you see the Grateful Dead shirt, man, you realize we are fucking everywhere. Was making content your best life decision? No, it doesn't top, marrying my wife, having our kids, other things that we've done in life, but it's a damn good career move. Yeah. Do you consider yourself a Democrat? If so, who do you think has traction for 2028? Yes, and no clue. We got to get through the midterms first. Well, Back in Black was the first album after Bon Scott's death, and it was a tribute to Bon Scott. And they really went balls out for that album. All hail Taco Supreme. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But yes, I do. I am not registered with any party, but I consider myself a Democrat, absolutely. Because one of only two people are going to win, the Democrat or the Republican. The Libertarian is not going to win. The Green Party candidate is not going to win. They just aren't going to win. And while I would love to have 5, 6, 7 viable options going into the voting booth, I have 2. And while the Democrats aren't perfect, the Republicans are full-blown fascists. And I'm sorry. Until further notice, the Democrats have my vote. Missing you over on the Clock app. Well, that's odd because all of the videos that get published here on YouTube are originally made on TikTok. Well, almost all of them. There's some content here that can't be put on TikTok, but and so my current pace of videos on TikTok is 40 every 2 days. Yeah, children being arrested on the streets is yeah, no, that's not us. Well, thank you, Monocular. Allie, how you doing? Two parties make the laws and keep out third parties of many things in different states. I'm not arguing that they're not doing that. Yes, the two parties are interested in self-preservation. The two parties want to keep themselves in power. But until it changes, we can talk about wanting to change it, but we know if we're logical that it's not going to happen in the current system. Something dramatic has to happen. You are never going to get enough people to vote for a third party candidate to win so much as a single state. let alone an entire election. And so if the more people that, and I'm going to say it the way I feel it, the more people throw their vote away on election day by voting for the third party candidate, when if they were only had two choices, they would most likely vote for the Democrat. That is what allows people like Donald Trump to get in. And we can't afford to let these people keep getting in. We just can't. I understand that you don't agree with 100% of what the Democratic candidate has to say, but the alternative is not an option, and we keep allowing it to happen. Central Illinois, hello. How come no matter who's the president, there's still millions without health care? Because the healthcare lobbyists pay enough money to buy politicians to ensure that we are not going to have, anytime soon, universal health care. We just need the political willpower to tell the health insurance companies, you know what, fuck you, I'm not doing that anymore. Leisha, thank you very much for becoming a support level member. I appreciate that, I truly do. We don't have the political willpower. We don't have the political willpower to do what every other industrialized nation has done and decrease the cost of healthcare for its citizens while increasing the level of care and the outcome, the good outcomes for their citizens. Because there are too many people making millions of dollars off of our illness. Aloha, MAGA. What? FEC and Citizens United should be overturned. Yes, they should be. Universal health care equals healthy workers and yes. Yes. Where's my back scratcher? It sits on my desk right here. I have one on my nightstand, one on my desk, and one in my car. Happy Pride back at you, Japan. Your daughters get bullied? No, why? The fuck has that got to do with anything? It's a weird question. Why would anyone MAGA be here? You'd have to ask them. USA pays for Canada and UK healthcare. Where is your what? Trump administration is celebrating Pride Month by removing Harvey Milk's name from the ship. Yep, that's how they kicked off Pride Month. I mean, do you expect anything else from this fucking piece of shit administration? Yeah, that's what the guy up there said, Sarah. I'm just reading comments. I'm sorry. You didn't think non-MAGA streams existed over here on YouTube? They do. We're here. My friend Hawk goes live every Wednesday night. Mr. Global's more of a centrist, but he goes live every day, I believe. I don't know if it's noon, 1 or 2. I go live every Tuesday night. And then occasionally I have what I call impromptu lives whenever I get the feeling. Corporations should not be considered people, and I don't know why they are. Correct. We do not fund Canada's healthcare. Their own tax revenue that they generate does. Danny Soto says, I'm Puerto Rican. Right on, Danny. Can't wait, Canada 51st state. Yeah, that's not going to happen, dumbass. I, a veteran, fought in Gulf War and get one day, Pride is a month. Here, let me just say this. I just did a video about this today, if I could, please. T2, if you will. Repeating the same bullshit narrative that veterans only get one day and gay people get, hang on a second, I don't want to block him. I want to talk to him. Okay? I want to talk to him. He's jumping all over the place, but we're going to nail him down here. You're complaining on June 3rd that gay people get a month of recognition while you only get a day as a veteran. But May is Military Appreciation Month. We just went through an entire month dedicated to the appreciation of the men and women in uniform in this country. And none of you people make content on it. None of you people say, hey, it's Military Appreciation Month. Let's celebrate accordingly. There isn't mention one of Military Appreciation Month through the entirety of May. You guys are fucking stone cold silent. Then we get to Pride Month and you go, why is it that they get a whole month? How come we can't be talking about veterans? Well, where was your fucking conversation about veterans last month, motherfucker? Where were you talking about veterans and appreciation of veterans in the month of May, which is Military Appreciation Month? Why were you fucking silent last month? Oh, because it doesn't fit your narrative. Because you only pretend to give a fuck about veterans in the face of trying to normalize your bigotry. And with that, I say, go fuck yourself, you ignorant fuck. Now you've been muted, so you can scream whatever you want into the comment section, and we're not going to be able to see it. Get fucked with the whole fist. I don't think people know that Canada has multiple provinces or states. Yes, there are some people down here that don't understand that concept. Tennessee Brando, yes, very good guy. Well, thank you, Mr. Sanchez. Yes, Chris, the whole goddamn fist. And if you want to take it a step further, it should be the whole fist, and when he's up there, he should give himself one of these. Thank you, Sonic. I appreciate that. Good evening from East Central Oklahoma. I got to tell you something. I'm not getting a lot of love out of East Central Oklahoma on the regular. You know what I'm saying? So welcome. You are a rarity. You're probably a unicorn in my following. I can't imagine I got a whole lot of East Central Oklahomans. Like, damn, what's Tom doing today? Where are you at, Tom? I am in my home office, which is in my home, which is located in Shanahan, Illinois, which is in the far southwest suburbs of Chicago, right next to Joliet, Illinois. Oh, we have a northeast Oklahoman in the house. I think that the odds of getting two Oklahomans in the house at the same time are pretty rare. I should have been laying down bets on that, huh? Just hooked your cousin up with my channel. She's in Manuka. We'll tell her I said hello. I'm in the next town over. Trump's own National Security Councilwoman said that the Doha agreement was very weak, and that it didn't draw enough concessions from the Taliban, including renouncing Al Qaeda and not attacking the NA. Love from Texas. I sometimes refer to my state as Joklahoma. Yesterday, my son accidentally put an S on the end of Illinois, like an audible S. Illinois, that is a massive. It's like biblical level no-nos here in the state of Illinois. And like my wife and I, Renee and I, were both like simultaneous. We're like, what did you say? I was like, no, you will not. Not in my presence. That's not happening. Think New Mexico is going to be renamed New America? Oh my God, who the fuck knows? I mean, seriously, right? That's what we're looking at. That's what we're facing, right? I think I can't be named the Enola Gay. I mean, yeah, you never know, right? You're in Little Rock, too much red. Yeah, but you were in a famous town, man. You were in a fucking great rock song. Last night in Little Rock put me in a haze. First time catching one of your live streams. Thank you very much, Spaghetti Sandwich. What does your son think about your social media content? I don't know. He's not allowed to have social media at the moment, or, at his age yet. New America. He does YouTube, but I don't know if he catches all of my videos or sees them. He's, obviously his algorithm is much different. Plus, I have age restrictions, I believe, on my YouTube content. I don't know. To be honest, it gives me a glimmer of hope seeing other blue dots in Oklahoma. Right on. New America inside old America doesn't sound right. Sweet, sweet Connie. She died a few years back. Yep. Yep. Sweet, sweet Connie in Little Rock, Arkansas. Famously sung about in that song. Out on the road for 40 days. Last night in Little Rock left me in a haze. Sweet, sweet Connie. She's doing her act. She had the whole show, and that's a natural fact. And that, boys and girls, is a true story. First time viewer. Thank you, Alex. Why are people without health care? We discussed that. We don't have the political will to enact universal health care. We have another blue dot in Oklahoma in here. Interesting. Your oldest has Insta. She follows me. That's bad parenting on your part. Remember the time Michelle Bachmann confused John Wayne and John Wayne Gacy? Michelle Bachmann was one of the most lunatic women you have ever met in your entire life. She was a hardcore right-wing Christian conservative that believed some of the most outlandish shit. She was QAnon before QAnon. Call it New America and keep the initials. New Mexico, New America. There you go. No language she hasn't heard. Happy Thanksgiving, pilgrims. I think you're a little ahead of schedule. I mean, just a little bit, a smidge. If we're at Thanksgiving time, that means that my wife's got to get cracking on Christmas shopping. And if my wife's got to get cracking on Christmas shopping now, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Like, I don't know what we're going to do with it all. I'm going to have a pod put on the fucking driveway this year. First time on a live stream, but I eat up your content like salsa and chips. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah, I'd really rather not think about Christmas shopping right now. I'm 20 days away. Yeah, I'm exactly 20 days away from a new fence going in. You know? Saw your video on Ochi. Yes, we have been to Ochi 3 times. And we do have one scheduled for, travel agents just moved it for me, February of 27. You're heading there in November. Teach me about war and guns and history and philosophy. Excuse me? That's not something I can just rip off here. And speaking of Thanksgiving up here in Canada, we have Thanksgiving in October. Don't know the history behind why, though. What kind of fence? A privacy one? Yeah, we have a 6-foot privacy fence now. Let me see if I can do this. Hang on. Give me 1 minute. Hang on. Give me 1 minute. a little bit of music while I look for this picture. Yeah, I know I suck at music, but deal with it. Ah, there we go. There you go. That's the fence that's going in. We currently have a 6-foot wooden privacy fence, but that fence is 18 years old, and all the posts are rotting away, and it's being held up by supports, and it has to go. So they're going to take that out, and they're going to put this in. This fence in total is also 6 feet tall, but you can see that top foot is it's actual wrought iron. The black part is not plastic; it's actual wrought iron. So it's a vinyl fence with a wrought iron decor on top, and then post caps. So that's it. Couple of gates here and there, bada boom, bada bing. Dunzo. How much did I pay? Too goddamn much. No, I thought it was going to be a lot more than it was, actually. $15,702. Yeah, 15,702. What are your plans for June 14th? There'll be no king. I don't have any plans. I think it's rude to ask someone something how much they paid for it. I don't. I don't view it. I don't. I don't mind it because people are looking to get things like that done, and hey, instead of wasting a salesperson's time to come out and quote you on something that's not even remotely an option, you can kind of hear what somebody else has to pay. I understand the whole concept of you're being nosy, but I guess I don't mind, which is why I answered. I understand where you're coming from, though. I truly do. But yeah, if I would have no problem, like, if my neighbor got a fence and I was thinking about getting a new fence, and I'm like, oh man, I like that fence, I'd go over and say, how much you pay for that, brother? Luck Dragon 2000, thank you very much for becoming a support level member. I appreciate that. Oh, no worries, Sherry. No worry. The fence though is nice. I like it. I'm hoping that it. First of all, I hope it's the last goddamn fence I ever have to install. I'm 53 years old. These motherfucking fences are expensive. The wooden ones last about 2 decades, and I don't want to be replacing a fence in my early 70s. Fuck that shit. It's not nosy to talk to a neighbor about how much they pay for something. Plus, the fence can hide from your Marjorie Gestapo police. If your dad transitioned into a woman, would you call him dad? No clue. What you smoking right now, Tom? I've got chocolate diesel. I have no idea what it's called. The strain is. You get a lot of hateful comments from the deplorables. All the time. It happens. It's part of doing content. If you're going to do content and you're going to talk about shit like this, you're going to get hateful comments. As a matter of fact, no matter what content you do, you're going to get hateful comments. You could be doing cooking videos and somebody's going to be pissed off. So what you got to learn is just you got to learn to do is just let it. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like a comment doesn't get me going, oh, I mean, this motherfucker, right? But I'll never show you that. When I turn on the camera, I'll give sometimes a wound up response, sometimes a calm and collective response, but you can't let them like do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you kind of give the same energy that you got. Yeah, you do gaming videos and you still get hate. It doesn't matter what you do. Somebody's going to hate on you. Truly. What did I miss? Is anybody helping me install the fence? Yeah, the company that's sending the crew out to actually install the fence. I'm not putting it up. Fuck no, man. They're going to send a team of boys out here that are going to start gripping and ripping on my existing fence and then start chunking new fence into the ground. The unrivaled courage of people hiding behind anonymous accounts, right? TikTok comments can be diabolical. YouTube comment sections are pretty interesting. You know what I mean? YouTube comment sections are, they're something else. Is there a reason why you are mirrored? Whenever I go live, I just hit go live, and however the orientation that YouTube has set up is what it is. Same with TikTok, right? So I don't. I mean, I was making 30 videos a day, right? 30 a day. One less step, right? That's 30 less click to get to the mirror to mirror it. This is the way I started doing videos. This is the way I'm going to keep doing videos. It is what my videos are. I just use whatever the default setting is on the given app. Tom Powell, my Dolphins play your Colts opening day. Prediction, question mark? No, I don't have a prediction. You know. You got high at work. No, I understand, Mets. Nice Bruce? What? Run away, run away. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate that. No full screen anytime soon. Here's the deal. I'm not going to lie to you. I use TikTok as a platform, like people use CapCut. I use it to create the content. It generates views for me over there as well, but the primary purpose on TikTok right now is to use it to generate content, to generate, edit, and caption content that I can then post here. So with TikTok not really allowing the full screen thing, probably not anytime soon. Here in Georgia, they closed dispensaries that sold THC products. I need to find my gummies online now. Do you know of a good source for D9 gummies? I do not. I apologize. I don't know why I'm apologizing for something that I didn't know, but I don't. I'm sorry. How long does it take you to make a video? However long the video is. So, okay, here's what I do. Here's how I make content. So, like today, I released over 40 videos. I did 40 videos. I'm gonna walk you through the whole process. I did 40 videos, threw them all into drafts. Once all 40 of them are done, I upload them to TikTok. And now tomorrow, and I'll get back to the video making in just a second. Tomorrow, that will have generated a shit ton of commentary in the comment sections. I will go through, pull out a handful of comments that I want to reply to, and what I'll do is I'll pull up a comment. I'll hit record for just a few seconds, no matter where I'm at, sitting on the couch, wherever, and then throw it into my drafts. That way I don't have to go back and find the comment, because I have a shit ton of comments and I want to make a shit ton of videos. Now it's sitting in my drafts. I do a bunch of those, and throughout the day tomorrow, I'll also look at various videos that have nothing to do with my video. And if I want to do a video about that video, I'll download it to my phone, whatever. But I won't make any content tomorrow because I made content today. Okay. Then the next day, Thursday, I will sit down and I will make 30 to 40 videos. And I will pull up each one of those drafts. I'll make a video. Once the video is done, I hit throw captions in it. Once it throws captions in it, I put a title on the thumbnail. I title it and I throw it into my drafts. The reason why I throw it into my drafts is if I just post it, it bogs down me making the next video. I throw 40 videos into the drafts between 9:30 in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, and 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I make 30 to 40 videos, throw them all in the drafts. Now that I'm done, I sit here and I release each one from drafts. So let's say I've got 45 videos today, 42 videos, 38 videos, whatever. I'm just sitting here releasing them. And it takes a minute for them to release. You only want to do them in batches of 3 or it bogs your phone down. So I'll sit here and I'll watch a YouTube video, check out my analytics, answer an email, whatever the case may be, while my phone is sitting here and I'm releasing them. As they release to YouTube, it saves to my phone without the YouTube watermark. Then I upload. So that's what I did today. I made all those videos. I just put them in drafts and then uploaded them. Then they went to my phone. Then I sat down and I uploaded all of them to YouTube, throwing them in private. Renee then, what she was doing earlier, she goes through, she puts the description in the description box, she makes the thumbnail for each one, uploads it, gets it all set up, and then tomorrow morning I'll wake up and those 40 videos I will schedule over a 2-day period to release every hour to give the audience on YouTube a steady stream of content throughout the day. If you're a morning person, there are morning videos. If you're a lunchtime person, there are lunchtime videos. If you're an afternoon and evening person, there are afternoon and evening videos. But it's a steady diet of content all day. And that'll last me a couple of days. Now, when I go on vacation, you're going to get much fewer videos. But you will still get some political videos, but you'll get a lot more. You'll get travel videos. You'll see videos from where we're at and what we're doing. My father was a racer, yes, and no, I was not a racer. Yes, we are a democracy. The people who say we're not a democracy, we're a republic, they have no idea what they're talking about because a republic is a form of a democracy. 16 hours, you got your ass kicked by an edible. That's impressive. That's impressive. I don't know that Renee's gone 16 hours, but she's had her ass kicked by an edible a few times. No, it's okay, Newfie. MAGA forever. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Bless your little heart. Well, for what? Under Biden, you got your rest. Under Trump, you will never sleep. What does that mean? Have I had a mushroom candy bar? No. Hello from the Blue Dot in Texas. Too much content to take any time off? Well, I'm going to take some time off. I mean, listen, I'm going to make you travel videos while we're on vacation. And I will make an occasional political video here or there as well. But you're not going to get, for a week, it's just not going to be the same. And then it'll go right back to being what it was. What will be awesome? Bless my little heart for what? Yeah, I'll do like a marathon. Renee had suggested that. I'll do a marathon of video making before we sail, and I'll schedule some out. Luck Dragon 2000, thank you very much for the donation, brother. I appreciate it. Retired Navy and former moderate turned progressive at 30, now 43. Love your content, even with clashing opinions. Just started watching a month ago. Drooping some, drooping some money. Love Veterans Against Trump. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I truly do. Time off and vacation videos. Yeah, listen, I made videos when we were in Mexico. I made videos when we were on the last cruise ship. But now that I'm getting paid to make videos, I'll make more videos. I just need to get my brain into the habit of thinking I should video this. When Renee and I go on vacation, we don't think about pulling out and videoing everything. We like to take pictures, but we're more just concerned with enjoying the time. I need to learn that it's not a bad thing to be okay. I need to take some videos here because those videos are the content that pay for our bills. How was Mexico? Okay, listen, it was good and bad. Okay, the bad parts. We didn't realize that the beach at the resort that we had booked had completely washed away, and there was no beach. Literally, there was nothing to go sit on. You had to walk down to other resorts. That was a bad part. Another bad part was while it was not hot, it hovered in the low 90s. It was humid as fuck, and I burned through shirts. I was sweating through shirts left and right. It was a level of humidity it was ass kicking humidity. Like even going into restaurants where they barely had air conditioners running, you're just fucking dying in there, right? The good, it was beautiful. We had fun swimming. We did a couple of excursions. We went and saw the ruins, the Mayan ruins. We took a boat to another island and chilled on that beach for a while. We had fun. Would I go back to that part of Mexico? No, we did that part. Maybe visit that part of Mexico again in a cruise port or something of that nature. But it wasn't bad. We had fun. You're partial to Jamaica. That's the place that Renee and I have been to the most together. Actually, the place that Renee and I have been to the most together would be Southern Indiana. But outside of Southern Indiana, an actual vacation, uh, I shouldn't say actual vacation. Going to the water park for a few days it was a solid vacation for us for many years. But yeah, Jamaica, we've been there a few times. We love it. Does Mexico have good weed? I have no fucking idea. I wasn't going to risk it for the biscuit in Mexico. I brought vapes. There was no reason to start looking for herb. You know what I mean? Jamaica, no problem. I have absolutely no problem talking to anybody on the island of Jamaica about ganj whatsoever. If you ever get a chance, you should go to Cuba. Interesting. Went to Galveston once, and the beach had jellyfish laying everywhere. Luckily, I wasn't barefoot. Is that really a beach in Galveston, though? You know what I mean? How tall are you? 5'9". Oh, yeah. Haters are going to always hate. Did you hear about the Italian chef who had an accident the other day? Yeah, unfortunately, he passed away. Someone tried selling me weed when I was on vacation in Costa Rica. Interesting. Did you get it? Did you smoke it? Stem cell research is big in South America. Glad you guys had fun in Mexico. Sorry to hear about the beach flooding and the humidity. At least you didn't suffer from a heat stroke. Amen. Yeah. I don't think it's ever truly been humid for us in the few times that we visited Jamaica. I don't think that we've ever truly experienced like what one would expect to be tropical humidity while on the island of Jamaica. And when you go up the mountain, up Mountain Zion, where Bob Marley was born and is buried, so it's this jungle covered mountain, and you go up the mountain through a series of small towns and whatnot. The further up the mountain you go, the cooler the breeze is, the cooler the air is. It's remarkable. My friend said that people stand at the fences of the resorts in Jamaica and sell doob. Did you observe that? Yes. The beach at the resort that we stay at is broken up into three sections: the regular beach, the beach that's enclosed by a pier and has the bar, and then the sports beach where you can get the kayaks and all of that shit. At the end of the sports beach, it's separated from the next group of whatever by some foliage and a chain link fence. Immediately on the other side of that chain link fence are a couple of Jamaicans sitting there just burning fucking weed all day long, and you just walk over to the fence and you go, hey, can I get X, Y, or Z? And they'll sell it to you right there through the fence. I get mine as soon as we get on resort. I talk to the people that need to be talked to. There are 10,000 people between the airport and the resort that you can go, hey man, you got any? And they'll fucking, yeah. Bartenders, the guy that handles your baggage, the guy that drives you, the people that drive the shuttles back and forth. You fucking name it, it's everywhere. Are you still active on Clapper? My account is still active, but I haven't done content on Clapper in a fucking dog's age. Have you ever been to Canada before? No. And I will be in Canada for a singular day at the end of summer, flying into Vancouver, Canada, the night before our cruise departs. Who has the best weed? My guy. His garage has the best weed. Listen, there's weed all over Jamaica, but it's shit that grows in the fucking wild for the most part. What the hell is Clapper? Clapper is a video social media app that is as close to TikTok as you're going to get. It's the same format. It's videos. It's sort of like stitches and duets. It operates generally the same way. It's a poor man's. Clapper was literally created to mirror TikTok, and it was created by a guy in Texas, an American, a Chinese American born man in Texas, created the app as a way for the adults of the people who were on TikTok back in the day to have a community. Back in the day, TikTok was tweens dancing. Nobody was talking about politics or crocheting or any of that shit. It was a tween dance platform. Clapper was designed for the parents to have a similar app. And if you download Clapper, just look for my name, Tom Powell Jr. I still have a bunch, I have 25, 30,000 followers. I'm verified over there. But yeah, I just haven't done anything there because I can't monetize it. Sorry, I was getting a calendar invite. What is a mind goblin? What country do you think has the best weed? Oh, here, the United States. Outside of the United States, I've only been to a few countries, so I don't know. But the United States. And I usually just take vapes. Huh, Danny? Which I could share some fresh flower Orange County. We're going to do this for a few minutes longer. It's 8:15. We start these things at 7 p.m. I appreciate everybody coming in. So if you got anything that you want to throw in there last minute over the course of the next few minutes to discuss, throw it in there. Oh, you're a mind goblin. My apologies. Oh, I don't know the first thing about intellectual property. I don't have an opinion on something I truly don't know about. You share a lot of my content. I do appreciate it. I truly do. Listen, I did a video the other day that I meant, right? Which is my family is forever grateful for the people who consume my content. Because in a modern world, with a platform like YouTube that actually cares about the content creators that exist on its platform, you guys consuming the content means we get to pay our bills. And that is something we are forever grateful for. I cannot thank you guys enough for doing that. What is this here? Hang on a second. Favorite movie, The Godfather. Did you see the press secretary being asked about South Korea new president? No, I did not see it. Will the Republican Party die when Trump dies? No. Jasper is awesome, one of my favorite places on earth. Jasper, shout out from Springfield. I should visit Amsterdam. I'll put it on the list. Enjoyed smoking with you tonight. Thank you very much. What is this? No thanks, I'll stay out of Mexico. I'd rather keep my head. Man, millions of people visit Mexico every year. Yawn to Snake, thank you very much. If you are Marvel AC, I think that DC had better characters, right? I like the DC line of characters better, but Marvel makes better movies. Jasper, Alberta. I was responding to someone else's comment. My apologies. What do you think of Israel and Palestine? Do you believe it's a genocide? I think it's about as close to a genocide as we're going to see. And the people of Palestine and the people of Israel don't deserve the bullshit that they're being put through by the governing systems that they live under. Do I like pineapple on pizza? I don't like pineapple, so I definitely don't want it on my pizza. Yes, Trumpism will live on. What's your favorite item for smoking lately? My favorite what item? How does Darth Vader like his toast? I don't know. How does Darth Vader like his toast? You walk off the ship, there are dudes selling it. I can buy it from look Eddie. If you and your family decide to have a vacation up here in Canada, I'd stay clear of camping at the Yahoo Valley Park. I've heard of people in the past that lost their heads there. That's weed. What's the weed you like lately? I don't pay attention to the strains. I truly don't. He likes his toast on the dark side. How the fuck do you not see that one, Tom? I only know nasty jokes. You know what I mean? I don't have any of those funny dad jokes. How do you get a nun pregnant? I'm being asked. How do you get a nun pregnant? You fuck her. Is Cherry Garcia your go-to ice cream? No, I don't like cherry ice cream. What's brown and sticky? The shit of someone that ate paste. Luck Dragon, thank you for the $5 donation. I wish the reps could return to the days they created at the national parks and the EPA. Exactly. I only vote Dem because I can't vote R anymore. Amen. Amen. Dress her up as an altar boy. Jesus Christ. Well, when a man and woman love each other very, very much, you see, two flies are on a piece of shit. One of them cuts a fart and the other one says, do you mind? I'm eating here. Well, the birds they got something to say tonight. Right? Some of these jokes, you know what I'm saying? Just saying. The national park TikToks, yes, especially with Ashley, I saw a lot of those. I don't know if you'd want me as your dad. I said to Renee yesterday or the day before, I was walking to the house and I said, "What's the difference between marmalade and jam?" She said, "What?" I said, "I can't marmalade my dick up your ass." What do dildos and tofu have in common? Okay, give us the answer. We're going to wrap up on the dildos and tofu here. Why are pirates such good sailors? I don't know. They just are. They're both meat substitutes. Dildos and tofu. But he's here all week, folks. Make sure you tip your waitress. Don't forget to try the veal. I am not an uncle. I am a skunkle. I am that uncle that always smells like weed. I'm your favorite skunkle. And on that note, I am going to go put my feet up and eat an ice cream cone and enjoy what's left of my brain for the day. Thank you guys very much for stopping in here. Please share the videos with as many people as you can. Get as many of your friends and family to subscribe to the channel. It helps enable that I can continue to do the content. As long as I can keep getting paid for it, I'll never stop doing it. That's the bottom line. So, all right.